In this video, we're going to talk about how your credit score can affect your divorce and how your divorce can affect your credit score. Hi, my name is Sean Palmer, and I am a family law attorney in the great state of Texas, where I've been practicing for the last 19 years, and I'm in the Houston and Galveston metro area. And if you're thinking of getting a divorce or separation, you're going to want to take a stock of your spouse's financial situation. Now, when we do that in family law, we tend to go through a phase in your divorce called discovery, where we try to get copies of income tax returns, account statements, and anything that can show a picture of what the financial situation of the spouses are. Many times spouses don't have equal footing on access to information about the collective finances of the parties. Now, to be reminded, in the state of Texas, there's a presumption of community property. That means everything that was earned or incurred as debt is community and therefore is going to be divided in your divorce. So as you get your divorce, you want to know what the picture of your finances are for your marriage, from the day that you were married and right up until the day that you're divorced. Those are community assets or debts that need to be accounted for. Now, through the process of discovery, we can ask for documents from the other side, like tax returns and things of that nature. But there are no guarantees that the information that you get is going to be good. People do lie on their tax returns. So one thing that you can do is to consider getting a credit report, because when people apply for loans or seek credit, they tend to be a lot more generous on their income than when they're reporting it on their 1040s. So they may be hiding assets and then trying to hide that through a tax return or other information that they're going to give to you, but they'll have already filled out loan applications that show much higher income. And if you're seeking spousal maintenance or child support, that number is very important to know, to calculate those figures, and of course also to know where the money has been going for the years of your divorce, the years of your marriage. So a lot of people think that their credit accounts are joint with their spouse, and therefore their credit reports are also joint. That's not true. The credit reports are always separate to the individuals. And so loan applications and things of that nature are an important part of divorce discovery, and you're going to want to get it from your spouse. Now, here's the trick. It's against federal law for you to try to obtain a credit report on your spouse, even when you're married, without a proper purpose. So you might run afoul if you just try to go out and get a credit report on your spouse, because it's a federal crime under Section 604 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act to obtain somebody else's credit report without permission or without a permissible purpose. That includes if you were married to the person. So there are two ways to get your spouse's credit report if you are going to be getting a divorce. Number one, get permission. They can waive their right to the privacy that they have under the Credit Reporting Act. Or two, you can get a court order, which is probably something you're going to need an attorney to do for you if you're getting a divorce. But an attorney can obtain permission from the court to make it a permissible purpose for you to go and get the credit report from the credit reporting agencies. Now, also, it's a good idea to remember that Fair Credit Reporting Act cuts both ways, and your spouse might be illegally trying to obtain reports of your credit. So it's a good idea to check your credit report and make sure that you're not noticing any suspicious activities, inquiries that you don't recognize, and you might want to get a freeze on your credit if you're finding that's a case, and definitely bring it up to your lawyer's attention if you think your spouse is illegally trying to obtain your credit report. When you try to get the credit report, or when you get the credit report, you're going to have certain information that most people don't, people who are trying to defraud you don't have, like social security numbers and things like that. But spouses often have that information at their fingertips. So it's a very good idea and practice for you to check your own credit report, and as well as potentially trying to obtain your spouse's credit report through legal means. And when you're in the process of the divorce, you're going to want to do it. And when you're after the process of divorce, you're going to want to do it. And even before, you're going to want to check your credit report. And right now, through April 20th, 2021, we're in March now as I record this, the three main reporting agencies, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, are offering free weekly credit reports. Normally, you can get one free yearly credit report, but during the COVID time, they're giving a weekly credit report. So this is a great time to check your credit and keep checking it, because it's all free, and those would be soft inquiries in your credit report, and they shouldn't negatively show up as an inquiry. Now, I want to say there is one exception to the federal law against just obtaining your spouse's credit, and that is if the credit is through a small business. Now, lots of people own small businesses, and they're sole proprietors, but the business's commercial credit reports are not included in the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act. So you can obtain that through a business credit report score link that I will include with the video here. So to the issue of how is the divorce going to affect your credit score? Well, the idea that people have that a debt is not going to be accountable to them if their name wasn't on it or anything like that is not true. If the debt has any connection with the other spouse, you may be liable for that. Even if the divorce decree divides the debts up, the divorce decree is not binding upon the creditors. So if you took a joint loan out with your spouse, you're going to be accountable for that loan, and even the divorce decree is not going to be sufficient for you to divorce yourself from the loan as well as the person who you made the loan with. So again, checking your credit score will help you understand and get a handle in your divorce exactly what debts you have. You may not be aware of if there was fraud involved, or you may not remember what debts that you had incurred if you have a long marriage and somebody else was handling the finances. So I strongly recommend that you do check your own score, you check your spouse's score, and you do it legally. So that's what we have here today for you. I'm Sean Palmer with the Palmer Law Firm, where we can't protect your heart, but we can protect your rights. If you have any questions about this content, please just leave a comment below and we'll try to get back with you. Thank you.